have the run back. First, we got to see loser semi. We got ConCon versus Vivi.
Vivi taking it over Hayes, which was played off stream. Another Wolf, and he was certainly prepped for that matchup. And this is the first time tonight we'll be seeing Vivi's hero, which makes sense when going against Min. You get a lot of time to pull spells and prep for things, and Hero certainly loves the preparation time.
Yeah, although going in on Min is going to prove to be even more valuable because you need to stay proactive in this matchup to make sure that you have a large amount of mana at your disposal.
It always seems like Vivi is willing to spend it until you reach around this sweet spot where he has enough mana to use any spell, but he burns it rather quick.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with burning the mana quick. It's a resource that you can gain very easily, especially if you get certain spells like Accelerato, like Psych Up, that let you take a lead and build up even further momentum outside of the resource management. Hero's playing a very strange game. I feel like that's not that hot of a take. But he can still play Smash very well by way of being able to slowly but surely just take tons of stage control, both with his disjoints and the plethora of wacky projectiles at his disposal.
Yeah, and especially in this matchup, he almost is playing like RNG Shulk, where he's able to modulate his own, well, RNG with helpful zoom now and again, but he's able to modulate his own like abilities with things like Psych Up, Oomph, and Accelerato to poke at Min's uncomfort zones while still throwing out crazy haymakers.
And I think Accelerato is the spell that definitely needs highlighting here, and if anything else that's in that toolkit of menu select, while Kaboom managed to get a second stock.
Yeah, he got a couple of the big level 2 spells that can decide games rather quickly, with Sizzle streaking across the stage into a Kaboom off stage. A nice way to close out a stock, and these zooms have been really, really good. I know it's more likely to come up when you're in the bubble, but he's not usually in the bubble.
Yeah, no, as long as there's no ground beneath you, you have a higher chance of pulling zoom, a much higher chance.
And he's seeing it exactly when he needs to, not having to deal with Min's arguably strongest situation, ledge trapping. He's just teleporting back on stage somewhere.
Yeah, if you take away Min's ability to lock down the ledge, what does this character really have?
He's got a stage control is the answer, but Vivi playing that game just as effectively by using the full length of PS2. He has plenty of room to retreat and plenty of room to move forward should he have the chance.
If he finds an up tilt, that's it. ConCon is done though, but good on ConCon finding the Nair with the megawatts. He didn't have to worry about the Psych Up. And then he lands into the Kaboom's lingering hitbox.
That's one you gotta chalk up to Min though. Like, she doesn't have the best of jumps, and it's hard to jump away from Kaboom, especially given Connor's usual aerial drift cycle often revolves around a jump forward and then a double jump where he then circles the stick over and drifts back towards the corner. Kaboom's covering that entire space. But the switch to Bayonetta.
On one hand, I think it's smart because it allows you to go off stage and potentially drag Hero to a point where he must roll zoom, otherwise he's not coming back. On the other, it's a lighter target and one that exceeds at being able to anti-air targets. In fact, some of his better options are just ones that go from ground to air, like up tilt, like jab, up smash even. Like, there's actually a lot in Hero's kit that can make for a hard time against Bayonetta if ConCon's not careful.
But it's honestly, like, ConCon's game oftentimes ends up being ground to air, and he's using ABK as a means of movement, and as a means to snipe out jumps when he's able to react to them. Dude, it's a lot of shield damage off just a fair.
Yeah.
Sparkling like Christmas. Just
Oomph is not a spell to be slept on. It may not give the chaotic results of Psych Up, but it ends up giving a much larger combo chain. But who needs combo when you got big projectiles?
Chaos. Chaotic results ensue. It was a roll in Vivi's favor, technically, but it was still a roll, and yikes. I really like the animation on Hero's forward throw. Just gonna throw that one out there. I think it's really satisfying.
Oh yeah, leaves the sword stuck in the ground and just absolutely chucks you over his shoulder.
Yeah, it's real good. I like it a lot. Oh, and we see Psych up on deck. No, Accelerado may have run out, which makes him real dangerous, but the Psych up is still something to be threatened. Man, this is...
especially in this matchup, because most of the time, like, if heroes aren't looking for anything super fancy, like, you want up tilt, especially against a character moving around in the air, like Bayonetta is, and especially the way that ConCon loves to move around with ABK. Up tilt is just going to do such a good job of putting you out of the sky, and with Psych Up, completely annihilate Bayo.
Yeah, it feels like Battlefield is really working against Connor, because even though he's using... okay, well...
Oh, he drove Hero out of control.
Yeah, just the air dodge off the ledge. Unfortunate, but it still holds true that Connor's platform movement has been great, but Vivi's been holding center and making Connor deal with Hero's up tilt, which has been hard. It's been hard for him to move around. That's a massive disjoint that can kill, or at the very least, reset all of the status that Connor may have gained, on top of dealing with the constant influx of spells. Vivi's menu usage has been really good, and that down smash was very scary.
If that was any other move, it would have broken full shield. Just unfortunate roll from Vivi, and even worse positioning there. Gonna bring us to a tied game.
Another forward throw. Oh.
Good
Sizzle.
snipe. All right.
Now Sizzle. Sizzle's a slept-on spell, because not only does it kill and it covers a massive horizontal plane, it's frame 7. And
it's one of the fastest options you can get out of menu select.
And it travels real far, so any sort of lining up that Connor